Y'all, can you believe it? We're back recording a video of the Binding of Isaac, and you're gonna say why? Well, a couple of reasons. It's around the new year. It's the 15th, but I would still classify that as, well, early in the new year. And I have a resolution. I want to make more YouTube videos. It's one of those things where it's like, I feel like I don't have the time, but I know I have the time if I could just make the time. So I'm making the time. And the reason it's Isaac is a couple of things. I don't know what else to play. It's a great go-to. Also, I can't let a win streak of -4 sit on this. It's like it's incurring karmic interest. Also, I got a freaking planetarium right off the bat, man. That's awesome. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I am a little, I wouldn't say nervous, because it's not, you know, that's a physiological response. You can feel sort of a discomfort. I would say I'm unsure of whether or not I have the capabilities still to talk for perhaps 40 to 50 minutes about Isaac plus nothing while not having a chat to take stuff from. But I think that as I have a lot of muscle memory from having done it in my life. I think that these items are not that good. I know what to do though. I remember how to play this game. This is a Unix system. I know this. We blow this up. You give me one of the greatest items I could ever ask for, man. And now I traded one bomb for infinite bombs. And this is an auspicious start. Because now the secret is, if we can get into a secret room, our odds of getting a key increase a little because the secret room maybe could be adjacent. I was going to say adjacent to a shop, but now I'm looking at it and I'm realizing that's probably not likely to happen. But basically, the long and the short of it, I really want to get to this planetarium. The planetarium should be very doable. We just need to get one single key, man. This is a beautiful start. Now, I said I knew what I was doing in this game, but that's obviously not true. But I also... It's going to take a village of people annoying me to get me to turn on internal item descriptions. And I know also, I know the #1 comment is going to be, holy cow, I never thought this would happen ever again. That seems dangerous. I don't know what any of this stuff does anymore. But the #2 comment is going to be, please turn on the sidebar so that I can see the stats. I respect the desire for more information. I genuinely do. I don't think we're going to be turning it on. One reason is because whatever people say I am, that's what I'm not. Oh, it was adjacent to the shop the whole time. The other reason is that you don't need to know your stats in Isaac. All you need to know is, are you powerful and healthy enough to clear this next room? And if the answer to that question is yes, then you're good to go, bro. That's a nice, and honestly, that feels now like I've been validated spiritually by a higher power. And now at this point, I can proceed and do whatever I want to do, such as get to full health like that. Now, the one thing I'm really fuzzy on, apart from like half of the items, especially items that got added to the game relatively late in when I was playing it, is what's the significance of the alt paths? I'm always getting confused. Which one's Hush? Which one's Delirium? I know the general gist of it, because I mean, I did play a lot. Here's the thing, you forget things like really easily, man. And you're gonna say, oh, you played this for like 5,000 hours, how could you forget that? Well, you probably wrote by hand in school for like more than 5,000 hours, right? And now every time you have to write something by hand, don't you go, wow, my penmanship is so bad ever since the rise of digital writing technologies? The good news is, much like, you know, learning to journal, I'm sure you pick it up fast again, man. Sorry, I was just making sure that my microphone wasn't muted. That would be a horrific start. We take those. You know what? Should we freaking take this? Let's try to be a little family friendly at least. This is Dross, right? Or as I call it, the Drachel? The world may never know. The downpour, that's right. Low key, Isaac's kind of responsible for me learning. I wouldn't be surprised if it's responsible for me learning 15 English words. A lot of them are actually, like, I guess, Greek medical terms. Hemoptysis, hemolacria, stuff. A lot of hemo-related words. Let me out of here. But still, and a lot of biblical words. It's easy to forget there was a time when I didn't know what Azazel was. There's a time, I guess I knew Beelzebub, don't get me wrong. What is this, man? Oh, it's just how cards look on the ground. It's not like a special card or anything. In this game, you never know, man, because they're always doing something. I'm wondering if this might be the type of situation where I might want to pursue a deal with the angel from the self-sacrifice room, something I haven't found myself saying in an awful long time. I would be lying if I didn't mention, it's not a resolution, let's call it a stretch goal to put it in cursed Kickstarter terms. A 100 streak in 2026 would go kind of crazy. Now, it wouldn't be my best streak ever in Isaac, and it's also like a lot of videos. So let's pump the brakes on that just a little bit before we get too excited, but still, we definitely do not want Loki's horns. But it would be so cool. And you're gonna say, how is it not your best streak? Well, you might be a new head. I did, in 2015, I had an over 100 streak. I remember it was 2015, very specifically, because I had a media event that Mathis, my good friend Mathis, was at, and I remember telling him, yeah, it's over 100 right now. I definitely do not think it got to 200, let's put it that way. But I definitely do think I was probably saying stuff like, we may never lose again. I was probably saying that every single video, if I had to guess. This could be big, man. Anyway, we got a long way to go, don't get me wrong, but that's just something that's on my, it's on my wants. Speaking of Kickstarter, man, you guys have any Kickstarters you supported that still have not come out with their product/project? I have two, I think. And one of them, every once in a while, let's try it. I don't even remember what that does, to be honest. Every once in a while, and I genuinely mean like once every like 3 or 4 years, I'll just remember that I supported a project and then go check in on it on Kickstarter and see like what's going on. Basically see the cope in the comments. Because there's multiple ways, and I understand, by the way, if you'll forgive me for saying so, stuff happens. Sometimes, I'm sure what happens a lot on these Kickstarters that I supported when, if I'm being honest, I was a little bit more naive. One of the things that probably happened a lot is they went, I want to make my dream video game. How much could that cost? Probably like $30,000, right? And then they got $50,000. And over the years, they went, oh, this is going to cost like $250,000. So, but I've already promised the game to like, well, I don't know, like 10,000 people that gave me $5 each. So like, I could see how that would put you in a tough spot. But there are, like, one of the games I backed on Kickstarter. This is a crazy decision, by the way, but just bear with me. One of the games I backed on Kickstarter, I think I backed it in 2013. So I've literally been waiting on... Oh, that's not what we want, right? Is that normally where you stop then? I've literally been waiting on it long enough that there was a comment on the comments page that was like, I backed this in 2013 because my child loved the demo. That child went to college last year. They were in kindergarten when they watched the video. And I went, oh man, this is crazy. I gotta feel like there's a good chance that one's not coming out. But there are also, if I may, equally funny moments where there's, I don't think I should have screwed up Lost Soul there. That's my bad, that's not unforced error. Where there are people in the comments that are like, we're starting a class action lawsuit against you. And I'm like, no, you're not. So like, no disrespect, but let's be a little serious. You're not starting a class action lawsuit for people who lost, you know, $15 backing an indie game that was a puzzle platformer in an era where puzzle platformers are popping off. You know, nobody here, by the time you pay the lawyers, you're going to be getting like $2.50 each. It's not going to happen. But I guess, you know, threatening things is kind of fun sometimes. I can understand that, I suppose. And they really just want to be heard. But I mean, I'm here to tell you, I don't think that's ever coming out, man. I've accepted, and it hurts a lot because $15 was a lot more back then than it is now. That might be like $20.85 now, man. Okay, this is for all the marbles. I feel like this is a horrible decision. So I feel like I'm not gonna take it. Just because I worry that this is going to ruin my whole life if I pick it up. On the other hand, I'm the guy who picks things up. So let's see what happens here. No synergy whatsoever. Okay, unpunished. Beautiful. Love to see that. Now, I guess the meta, apparently... The meta is you would... oh, wait, could we get another battery charge? We might be able to, bro. I should have thought of that. I mean, I could buy this, but then I wouldn't have enough to get a possible battery charge. Nope. No battery charge? I'd really like to get Humbling Bundle. Is that something that we could work out? I'm spending too much time on the second floor. I'm not going to be able to make boss rush. Ah, whatever. No, not whatever, bro. Do it. You can also get a quarter out of these, right? I'm relying on, like, ancient muscle memory. Okay, well, you can do Swallowed Penny. Wait a minute. We actually found a way. You could do Swallowed Penny and then ideally something that did half a heart of damage. Like that, for example. Technically, that's kind of a full heart of damage, but I'm worried about playing the self-sacrifice room, because doesn't the next one, like, teleport us to the angel dealer? So maybe we're, like, done the run if we do that, which I do not want to do. Because I feel like we should, A, take our time, because we're still getting our sea legs back. And then also, we might as well take as long as possible to either get stronger, or alternatively, to pick up one item that ruins the run completely for us. This is the way. I don't know if I can blow those up, bro. Okay, I'm sorry. Our run is already zany. I am not going to use the D100. Our run is zany enough. That being said, is it back there and... Holy cow, you gotta get that, man. Is it back there and taunting me a little bit? Yeah. Yeah, it's taunting me a touch. I don't know what to do here. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to do it. And I may regret it, but I'm going to do it regardless. Let's see what we're cooking up here. It's really bad, and I think you probably could have seen that coming. But the flip side of it is that the D100, I forgot about this, so the D100 ain't going out of style. All we have to do is get a charge on it. Static tiers are really good, but I mean, again, if you're used to the crutch of the stats tracker, let me tell you, if your tiers are this small and your fire rate is not infinite, get ready to learn it, buddy. That's Dylan Brooks mode. Although I hear that Dylan Brooks is actually doing a great job as a role player now for the Phoenix Suns, so the joke's a little antiquated. But he got the spirit. Okay, we can get a knife piece on this floor. I remember that. Feels funny to be Let's Playing, man. In the year of our Lord, 2026. All the Let's Plays got replaced by video essays, man. And I won't elaborate on whether I feel like that's a net positive or a net negative, because I don't really have an opinion one way or the other. I know which ones I'd rather make, because I feel like making a video essay is an awful lot of work. But just kind of opening your mouth and channeling some insanity seems easier, although you could maybe argue that it took a lifetime of madness to cultivate this skill to begin with. In which case a video essay might seem disproportionately easy. I don't know. I honestly, I don't have an answer for you. I'm just one guy. Most of the time. I don't know. You took my golden bomb and gave me an item? Is that the way that's supposed to work? That's a nice quality of life change, bro. He said, yeah, I'll take infinity. And give it to the next guy. You are annoying. I don't remember everything about this game, but I remember you're annoying. I also remember, if you'll give me a moment, walk out of the room, re-roll your whole run, because Abaddon's... Oh my god, we re-rolled the room! I forgot you re-rolled the room with D100. It's every die, man. It's every die, bro. Jake Paul, if he had the D100. So I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say, NL, are you sticking with this run? I don't know. I don't know, because I feel like this run is still worse. Like, all of these items pale in comparison to just having Epic Fetus. But actually, my damage does appear to be kind of sick. Although I would normally maybe hope to kill the bomb fly in one shot. Our health is a little sus. It looks good now, but it would probably be sus later because we don't have any refillable hearts yet. And HP upgrades are like much harder to come by in the current version of Isaac. Because they added so many items to the boss pool especially. Like it used to be that every item in the boss pool was basically an HP up, but we've come a long way together through the hard times and through the good as well. Which is why I have to celebrate you like I should or whatever. I think we could get another item by fighting the boss again, if I remember correctly, but I just don't think I got the confidence to take out that boss specifically. Oh, there's the knife piece, okay. We're headed down. That's the other thing I forgot about Isaac is back in the day, the average Isaac run got to be about like 35 minutes. Holy cow, I didn't see this coming. There's so much stuff in the game now. The average Isaac run is like 12 hours long. So I guess you gotta kind of pick your battles as they lie. Oh my god, I gotta do the room again! What do I have? I've got the greatest tears, right? I have the fetal tears. I think we have to stick with this one. Also, we have Dark Bum. This is actually really, really good. I didn't even go to the alt path. What am I doing here on Flooded Caves 2, bro? Okay, this seems goated. This seems like the D100 more than justified its existence, and now we replace it with a good spacebar item that allows me to say, I was zany, remember when I re-rolled my whole run? But actually leaves us in a position that's essentially even safer than it was when we had an overpowered run, because all we need is a good defensive item that makes it so we can't possibly lose. It's that simple. Okay, so this seems really good. We have no keys. That can't be a secret room. So, well, you know what? No keys isn't that bad, because it means we don't get an item room, which means we're guaranteed to get a planetarium, right? Guaranteed with like 1% odds or whatever. I might not even need a defensive item, man. We have Dark Bomb. They made some changes to this game, no doubt about that. Changes aren't permanent, but changes. I'll tell you that. That's a fella, Geddy Lee. That's a fella who knew the Newton's second law of thermodynamics. Even if he didn't know it by name, he intuited it from base principles, which I might say is a little bit more impressive. People are always asking me, by the way, they're asking me stuff like, NL, if you had to go back in time, do you think you could like rebuild human civilization with the knowledge that you have now? No, obviously not, no. In fact, I think I live in basically the only time where the type of expertise that I have actually has any relevance to society at all. I think that possibly, like, it's been going on for a long time, don't get me wrong, but I still think there's a chance that this YouTube streaming thing, especially the video game side of it, is like one big bubble. Just one bubble that stayed active more than anybody could have predicted, but not long enough to mean that it's like never gonna go away. So I think at any given point in the past, or possibly in the future, well, I guess we're going in here, no one will basically care what I'm doing right now, which is actually fine, and I think is better than tricking yourself into thinking that nothing will ever change. Secondly, the vast majority of my spheres of competence are basically just contemporary media, and the media is unfortunately becoming increasingly less, I don't even care about that, contemporary. Like, I was getting clouded up in the early 2000s for knowing so many Simpsons quotes, man. And nowadays people are like, The Simpsons? What are you, Gen X? Excuse me, bro. I'm a millennial. Don't insult me. I mean, I've been around the sun a few times, but not that many times. Have I drank from the hose? Yes. Was it like an everyday occurrence? No. You got me confused with Gen X again. So yeah, I'd say I mean, there's some things about the modern day that I'm not such a big fan of. There's some serious ones, which we won't bring up, because it's kind of like it's an Isaac Let's Play. And then some not so serious ones, like trying to pay for parking in a parking garage, but then you like don't have the right parking garage app because the parking garage you normally use uses a different parking app. So you got to choose, am I just going to download this new parking app, or am I going to fill out this web form with all of my credit card details, and you're already like, you know, late for the function you were supposed to be at? Like, that stuff's kind of crazy. Anyone else here live in Vancouver? What is up with all the city parking lots and some of the private lots, but not all of them, crucially, use an app called Pay by Phone, which I'm assuming exists in other cities as well, but it's the one that Vancouver uses for like municipal parking lots. Sometimes you will go to a parking lot and it'll have Pay by Phone, but it won't accept Google Pay. It'll say this, we really only have, oh, it's Flooded Caves 2, not Flooded Caves XL, bro. I was looking for my second item room. This might be the most niche thing I've ever complained about, so I apologize. But now what do you mean I'm trying to park? Google Pay is not accepted here. What do you, my money's no good? I gotta edit in the credit card details for the credit card attached to Google Play manually? You know what, now that I think about it, I wonder if the parking garage has to remit like 30% to Google for, no, that wouldn't be 30%, don't be ridiculous. It's only for apps purchased on the App Store, bro. That's why when you open the Kindle app on your phone and you go to buy a book, it goes, just so you know, I know this app is only for reading books, you idiot. Bro tried to buy a book on the Kindle app. No way, bro, then we'd have to give 30% to Mr. Google. Open your web browser, go to amazon.ca/books, buy your book, and then link it to your Kindle account, and then it'll show up in the Kindle app. Isn't the future awesome, man? I mean, it's a minor complaint, especially in the light of the modern day, but there's also a certain element of, come on. They made it convenient. They made it so convenient. And then they had a little lover's quarrel, and now it's inconvenient again for no reason. At least when stuff was inconvenient, like 25 years ago, it made sense. You're like, oh, you want to read a book right now, but you don't have the book? Sorry, I guess you want us to instantly transport matter from one location to another? We can't do that. Well, for a while, we invented something that at least transmitted data from one point to another, and that was pretty good. But then two rich boys, you know, get their boxer briefs in a twist, and all of a sudden they decide you can't do that anymore, and now catch me renewing my library card and going back to VPL. And don't even get me started on Netflix, man. Don't even get me started. All I'm saying is, Netflix, you are so lucky, A, that people are, I'm not going to say stupider than they've ever been, but maybe trending in that direction, at least as stupid as they've ever been in my lifetime. But then also on top, or at least as stupid is an insult, so I apologize. Willing to watch garbage is probably a better way to describe it. That's one reason you're still allowed to exist the way that you're existing. The other reason is South Korea is carrying you with goated, incredibly overproduced reality TV shows that, and I'm not saying reality TV is art, but at least they're putting some budget into it, when every North American reality TV show is clearly just like, let's make this as cheaply as possible to make as much money as possible. I mean, how much do you think the set alone is costing on something like Culinary Class Wars Season 2 or Physical Asia? That's insane, okay? And in North America, they're like, okay, we got a dating show where two people wear blindfolds. Like, give me a freaking break. You're lucky. South Korea is literally carrying you, Netflix. If it weren't for them, you'd be in a lot of trouble right now. And the Kdramas, I hear you saying. See, I can be my own chat. And the Kdramas, I hear you saying. I'm not a K-drama head, but my wife is. You're gonna say why, and I'm gonna say the most obvious sentence of all time. They're a little too dramatic for me a lot of the time. I do feel, if I may go back to The Simpsons, I do feel a little bit like Hans Mole Man. Find myself being like, I need more drama than that. And then I turn on the K-drama and I'm like, no, that's too much drama. Anyway, how you guys doing? Remember when I thought I wouldn't be able to keep the stream of consciousness going? Things have changed, bro. 2026. Might be saying some stuff like, NL, why has it been so long since there have been YouTube videos? I'm not gonna regale you with one of the most, like, masturbatory complaints of all time, which is that I'm really busy. But it has been hard to find the time. I have a narrow window to record the videos. And as you will also presumably be able to relate to if you're an adult, especially as you get older, you know, I got a kid, the kid not only demands a lot of time, which I'm happy to give, but then like all the stuff associated with having a kid also demands a lot of time. It's not just the playing with the kid, which is of course joyous and life affirming every single time. And if you ever dispute that or complain about being tired, people will be like, well, you don't love your kid? If you ever get a little bit sick of just even for a brief moment of hearing, Daddy, look at this, and then it's basically nothing, then obviously you're a bad person, and I'm here to say it. And I get how the game is played, so I would never say it either. I would, you know, by the way, we're going to use the D100 here, because I feel like we're just kind of spinning our wheels on HP. I've made a huge mistake. This run is actually awesome if we can get some health. Obviously, if we can't get some health, we got some serious issues, but if we can get some health, this is amazing. Don't really need that right off the jump. This could save us. Let's see what the boss is. Once I gotta focus. But it's also, you know, the emails from the school and the signing up of activities and the responding to this person and then this person and then this person. Now, this person is not my child, by the way. I will always respond to my child. Might pretend not to hear once or twice now and then, but otherwise, yeah, obviously. Spirit hearts. Spirit hearts that keep the run alive so I don't have to re-roll this one. Spirit hearts that keep the run alive. But, genuinely, I'm not complaining. I also have the ability to set my own schedule, which a lot of people don't. So I have a lot of advantages in that department. But I eschew the idea that because I have nothing to complain about, I shouldn't complain. I genuinely think complaining is fun. I'll just hit you with something. I think a lot of the, maybe not a lot of the problems, but one thing I find annoying in society is that if you ever complain, people are like, no one likes complaining. Complaining is goated as long as you can complain about it in a way that's either relatable or funny, which the first one I struggle with sometimes, but the second one I'm doing my best. I said, yes, I know you're saying your best? Yeah, I know, but sincerely. Like, the heart rate's rising a little bit as I do this, okay? So the effort is being expended, let's put it that way. We should keep 3 just in case. Three half-heart intervals. Or maybe we shouldn't, so that we can get into the boss trap room here. I think complaining is actually awesome. And I'm a contrarian in many ways, I'll admit. My take is that people are actually bad at hearing complaining instead of bad about complaining too much. The proper response when you hear someone complaining is not to be like, yes, but in some domains your life is easier than mine, so you should never complain about anything. The proper response is to go like, you know what? Yeah, things could be better. Even things that are pretty good could still be better. That's the way that I think complaining can still be goated. Online especially, well, maybe not online, but as a streamer it's very tough to complain because you just get ulted. People just go, you're a streamer. Yeah, but, you know, could be awesome for me too. Could be even more awesome, I guess. People would just stop sending so many dang emails. So many forms to fill out. Take a flight with Air Canada, get an email. By the way, Air Canada would still love to hear from you. You want me to fill out a survey? How about I send you an email? Oh, Ryan would love to receive $1,000 in flight credit from you. Let's see how quickly you respond. Wait till I send the reminder. Reminder, I'd still like to receive $1,000 from you. Like, as long as we're talking about stuff that's not gonna happen. Flicking me a little bit, man. One thing I'm proud that I've stuck to. Oh my god, I'm freaking dead. We're going to a -5 streak. You know what? It gives me fodder to start the next episode with. You can still get to a 100 streak. The thing is, if you're already losing, the play is to lose more, so that when you start winning, you don't get to lose. So get all the losing out of your system now. If you enjoyed the episode, click the like button. There will be one tomorrow. I don't know if there will be one the day after that or the day after that, but there will be intermittent YouTube videos going up. Thanks for your support. We're going to continue this in part 2.